Ever wondered who the real power players in the biblical tales are? Meet the Ophanim. These aren't your average angels. Picture this. Wheels spinning within wheels, covered in eyes. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But they're right there in the Bible, woven into its most mysterious passages. Think about this. Angels pop up more than 100 times in the Old Testament alone. They're there in the thick of it, from whispering divine secrets to Abraham, to wrestling with Jacob, to guiding Moses through uncharted deserts. And it's not just about making an appearance. These celestial beings are mentioned over 30 times in Moses' writings alone, introduced as the mighty hosts of heaven. Yeah, they're a big deal. Here's the kicker. Angels are way more than just spiritual. They're movers and shakers who leave a mark on the world. Just like there's a hidden world of good and bad out there, these angels are part of the good gang, working behind the scenes in ways we might never fully grasp. While we can't shake hands with them, their impact is as real as it gets, shaping destinies, protecting the good guys, and delivering news that changes everything. So what do you say? Ready to dive deep into these divine mysteries with us? Ever wondered who the real power players in the biblical tales are? Meet the Ophanim. These aren't your average angels. But who exactly are they, and why do they stand out in the celestial hierarchy? Unlike the traditional winged messengers or warriors clad in heavenly armor, the Ophanim are described in the book of Ezekiel as a truly unique assembly of celestial beings. Their appearance is baffling, wheels within wheels, full of eyes all around. It's a description that not only captivates the imagination, but also challenges our understanding of what celestial beings can be. These wheels are not idle. They are alive, moving with a fluidity that mirrors the omnipresence of God. Each movement is synchronized with the others, reflecting a complex order and divine purpose that defies simple explanation. Their form, circular, encompassing, ever-seeing, symbolizes God's omnipotence and omniscience. The eyes represent awareness, the wheels signify movement and the ability to be everywhere, indicative of God's pervasive spirit. But their purpose extends beyond mere symbolism. In the celestial realm, the Ophanim are believed to be the charioteers of the divine, steering the throne of God across the cosmos. Their movements are in perfect harmony with the divine will, a testament to their role as integral components of God's celestial machinery. So, these aren't just watchers or warriors. They are fundamental to the mechanics of the heavens, directly involved in the execution of God's plans across the universe. Picture this. Wheels spinning within wheels, covered in eyes. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But how exactly do the Ophanim look? And why is their appearance so unlike any other celestial being mentioned in the scriptures? The description of the Ophanim is one of the most vivid and complex in all of biblical literature. Found in the book of Ezekiel, the prophet's vision reveals these angels as a dazzling fusion of motion and observation, each part intricately connected and perfectly functional. Each wheel is described as being composed of a wheel within a wheel, each able to move in any direction without turning. The eyes covering these wheels aren't just for seeing, they symbolize a deep, all-encompassing knowledge, reflecting their divine role as observers and recorders of all that happens in heaven and on earth. Their design speaks to their role as divine witnesses. The eyes suggest nothing is beyond their sight, aligning with the idea that God's knowledge and presence extend everywhere. The wheels suggest not only mobility, but also the ability to enact God's will across all planes of existence. This multidimensional mobility allows them to access any space within the universe, free from the limitations that bind other creatures, celestial or otherwise. Their structure is not just functional, it's a powerful metaphor for God's omnipresence and omniscience through his agents. Their unique form challenges our typical understanding of angelic beings. Far from the humanoid angels with simple wings, The ophanim's design reveals a layer of divine complexity that invites us to rethink how we visualize the divine and its servants. With such an extraordinary form, the ophanim not only capture our imagination, but also expand our understanding of the divine architecture. What might their otherworldly design reveal about the broader cosmic order they serve? Think about this. Angels pop up more than 100 times in the Old Testament alone. The ophanim, along with other celestial beings, are deeply woven into the fabric of these ancient stories. But what specific moments highlight their involvement, and how do they interact with key biblical figures? From the mysterious whispers to Abraham, guiding him toward a destiny that would shape entire nations, to the intense wrestling match with Jacob, angels are central to some of the most transformative events in these sacred texts. Consider Abraham's journey, where angels not only delivered messages from God, but also intervened directly to save lives and implement divine judgment, as seen when they visited Sodom and Gomorrah. And then there's Jacob, who encountered angels in his dreams and even physically wrestled with one until dawn. These encounters weren't just mystical experiences, they were pivotal moments of personal transformation and covenant-making. Moses, too, witnessed the power of these beings during his time leading the Israelites through the desert. Angels were not just guides, they were protectors and lawgivers. Embodying the divine authority Moses relied on to govern and guide his people. Through these narratives, angels, particularly the ophanim, are revealed not just as passive observers, but as dynamic agents of God. They directly influence the course of human history, intervening in critical moments to steer events according to divine plans. With such profound interactions, the angels' roles transcend simple messengers. They are enforcers of divine will, guardians of the faithful, and architects of destiny. How does this active involvement challenge our perception of divine intervention, and what does it tell us about the nature of fate and free will in these ancient texts? And it's not just about making an appearance. These celestial beings are mentioned over 30 times in Moses' writings alone, introduced as the mighty hosts of heaven. But why are these mentions so significant, and what do they reveal about the angels' roles in the divine narrative? In the Pentateuch, the 5 books traditionally attributed to Moses, angels are not mere background characters. They are depicted as powerful and holy, integral to God's governance of the world. This frequent mention underscores their importance in the Judeo-Christian cosmology. Take the dramatic moment when an angel intervenes in Abraham's near sacrifice of Isaac. This isn't just an act of divine mercy. It's a pivotal demonstration of the angels' role as God's emissaries, carrying out commands that directly impact human history. Angels, particularly in the context of Moses' texts, serve as a bridge between the divine and the earthly. They execute justice, provide guidance, and enforce divine decrees, reflecting their position as God's celestial army. Described as the hosts of heaven, these angels are more akin to divine warriors than the gentle guardians often depicted in popular culture. Their presence in the scriptures serves as a constant reminder of God's active involvement in the world. Whether leading the Israelites through perilous journeys or battling unseen spiritual forces, the angels' roles are dynamic and multifaceted. Each mention in these texts is a thread in the larger tapestry of God's interaction with humanity through his heavenly agents. As we delve deeper into the roles of these mighty hosts, we begin to see a pattern of divine strategy and order. What does this organized celestial hierarchy tell us about the nature of divine governance and order in the universe? Here's the kicker. Angels are way more than just spiritual. They're movers and shakers who leave a mark on the world. But how exactly do they interact with both the spiritual and physical realms to execute God's will? These celestial beings bridge the gap between heaven and earth, executing tasks that have tangible effects on the physical world while originating from a purely spiritual place. Consider the angels sent to rescue Lot from Sodom. Their mission wasn't only spiritual guidance, it involved physical intervention, leading Lot and his family to safety and executing divine judgment on the cities. Or look at the stories where angels alter the course of battles or bring about environmental changes like sending plagues or parting seas. These are not mere symbols, they are active participants shaping the flow of events as commanded by God. Angels act as God's operatives, implementing his decrees in ways that are both seen and unseen. Their actions serve as a direct line from divine intent to earthly impact, reinforcing the idea that the spiritual realm is intricately tied to the physical one. This dual capability of angels to affect both realms highlights their unique role in the cosmic order. They operate under divine command, their actions seamlessly integrating spiritual directives into the physical universe. With such profound power and responsibility, angels challenge our understanding of reality itself. How does their ability to influence both the seen and unseen shape our perception of the divine? And what does their dual presence tell us about the nature of existence and God's plan for the universe?